But kind of had this idea of like, you know what, it'd be really cool to go and like talk to old camp speakers that we've had and stuff, and just kind of talk to them and just kind of pick their brain a little bit. So I was like, it'd be dope if we could get Runks on. And I'm so glad that you decided to jump on with us.
I'm glad y'all asked, man.
I
got nothing else to do.
Yeah,
everything's canceled through, man.
If you'll notice, Runks, we thought that you would obviously wear
our shirts.
You're all wearing your battle cry.
I guess you didn't like the shirt, Zach.
Oh, that's hilarious. You already called me out. I'll see if I can find it. I don't know. It might be in a rental car somewhere.
The real question, Runks, is you go to all these different camps. Right. And I know you get T-shirts at every single camp.
My God. Yeah.
So here's the real question: is what do you do with all of these T-shirts?
Is this part going on the internet live for everyone to hear?
We can cut this part out. We'll have like a censor over it.
I bet at least 100 times I've been told at the rental car place when I drop it off, like, "Hey, sir, you forgot a shirt." Like, I didn't forget a shirt.
You leave it in the truck.
I leave it in the car, man.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Not all of them, Battlecry. I kept y'all's. Of
course, yeah.
I want proof. I don't believe it.
I will send you. I will find it. I'll find it somewhere. It might be at the ranch, but I'll find it.
All right, yeah, at the ranch. Yeah. Is that like when you tell a kid that you had to send the dog to the farm?
Yeah,
at the
ranch. On the ranch.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the secret's out now. No one's gonna give you a shirt now, and you're gonna run dry. You're gonna want shirts, and no one's gonna give you one.
Yeah.
Hey, I doubt anybody's watching this. Let's be honest. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I've been to events and I'd be like, "Hey, man, let me open." One time, a guy opened up a closet. It was like handing me shirts from every year. The last, I don't have any D-nows, and I'm like, seriously? Yeah, thanks, man. I don't have a whole lot of youth group T-shirts laying around.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you about Battlecry last year because we sat through all week getting to know you, thinking, man, this dude is nuts. He's hilarious. And then at the end of the week, you came to us and just said, man, y'all are crazy. And to us, that was a badge of honor that we wear loudly.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to kind of hear your perspective on what you thought of camp last year and what made you think we were so crazy.
Oh, man, I don't know, man. Y'all, it was just fun camp. I don't remember. I remember it being a blast. I was just having a great time, and I can't remember. I'm trying to remember, man.
I mean, most memorable would probably be the lemonade game. Where everybody had to mix up the powder and the water in their mouth.
Yes. I just remember that ridiculous. What did we do the last night? That Olympic
the Celtic Games.
Oh, the Celtic Games.
Yeah, the Celtic Games, and what was that big pole y'all had that broke in the middle where they had to flip
the first time Zach reared it just snapped in half.
Yeah, snapped in half. Yeah. What was that? What was that supposed to be? You're throwing
caber toss.
Yeah. Y'all went all, and then they had the hatchet toss and all that stuff.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
Nothing is scarier than watching a 7th grader throw a hatchet. So.
That's where I was like, y'all are nuts. You're letting teenagers throw axes. That's awesome.
That's camp.
That's camp, dude. That's camp. I love it, man. I love it.
We did also have a student go out about, maybe 20 yards from us with a tennis ball slingshot, remember?
Yeah.
Just
everyone trying to tag him with the tennis ball.
Yes.
He was so brave.
Hey, still.
There you go. He's just like, cut out again.
Cutting. We're just going to see how many times Greg cuts.
So are y'all going to be able to have that camp this year? Are y'all still on?
So at this moment, we're waiting until the beginning of May to see kind of what happens. But it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for us.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Because I have one camp in June that hasn't canceled. They're going to decide this week.
Are they?
So, I would gauge that we have between a 5 and a 10% chance at this point. 10% might be generous, honestly.
That's what I want. Even if we get it all clear, June the 1st. How many parents are going to be like, "Hey, let's stick our kids on a bus and send them to the church game"? I don't know.
0. 5% is generous.
Yeah.
0%.
I can't imagine a summer without camp.
I've
been to camp every summer of my life since 4th grade.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be nuts.
How many camps do you do about a summer, Runks?
Every year's different. I mean,
yeah,
I had 6 scheduled this summer.
Mm.
I've done as many as 9 or 10.
Wow.
I don't do that many anymore, man. It's just too much of a grind. It wears you out.
Yeah, man. I mean, after Battlecry, I was exhausted. I couldn't imagine just jumping on a plane and going to the next one, to the next one.
You have to pace yourself. You have to.
Yeah, that's
us evangelists always have we always have the bad rep of being divas and hang out in our room all the time and never hang out with kids.
No, man, not you.
You have to balance it. You have to like.
Yeah.
If I did what y'all did all week long at every camp, you couldn't do it.
For sure. No, but hey, man,
I don't ever want to be the guy who's just hiding in the room and just shows up on stage.
I had a ton of respect for that because I mean, when we were doing stuff, you were out there, man, and that was cool for the students. I mean, they always connect with the speaker, because it's exciting and someone new, and it was cool to watch you just kind of own that and let them enjoy that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Dude, the best place for me, I mean, I'm always like the cafeteria. That's the best place for me to connect with kids.
Yeah,
at Rec, they're doing stuff.
Yeah,
I sit down, eat with them, hang out with them. That's when I get to know them.
Well, hey, speaking of that, shout out to Camp Allen. That food was so good. I'm sure you remember that because you go to a lot
brisket.
Of camps.
Yes,
had brisket. We had brisket.
It was so good. It was. I would say it's in the top 3 or 4 best camp food I've
had. It blew me away. I mean, that was one of the top things I was looking forward to. I mean, obviously camp's exciting, but I was just like, man, that food is gonna be so good.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was and I don't say that. I don't ever look forward to camp food ever.
So how many things have canceled on you so far? I mean, is the spring usually busy for you?
Well, I was just coming to the end of a 12-week tour, so it was. And I had the last 2 events of that cancel.
Okay.
And then I've had 3 events in April cancel, and then 1 camp. So I was kind of coming into it. I was kind of beginning to kick into a kind of we're going to slow down a little bit before summer.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been horrible. So we kind of planned for a little time off here. So, but I don't have camps. It's going to be nuts.
Has anybody actually axed their camp yet, or are you still waiting?
I had 1 camp cancel.
1.
One, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 1.
Yeah, my first camp is June 14th. That's the one that decides this week.
Yeah, that's when we have Battlecry scheduled this year too. So we're right there in that boat.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, between just the financial costs for parents to send their kid to camp, and then just whether or not they're going to be comfortable sending their kid 12 hours away, it's going to be tough.
Yep.
Dude, I can't wait till this is over.
That's right.
Dude, I'm a hugger, a handshake guy. I mean, isn't it weird when you run it, you see people, and it's just like, we don't shake hands. It's weird. I hate it.
Yep.
I have 2 really close neighbors. One right next to me, one's across the street, and we literally had a conversation with all of us in our own yards yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was awful. It was the worst.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm an extrovert, dude. I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm going crazy. I mean, thank God I've got a bunch of leather. I do leather work on the side, and I've got a bunch of orders right now. Thank goodness.
Oh,
that's awesome, man.
We wanted to talk to you about your leather too. Can you share with us, like, how long have you been doing this?
Dude, I started doing leather 2 years ago.
Okay.
I'd never done it before, and I bought a really nice leather duffel bag to travel with because I was burning through suitcases every year.
Yeah.
And, I loved it, and I started looking at it and just kind of thinking, I was like, how hard can this be? I did leather 1,000 years ago in Boy Scouts when I was a kid, totally different, but started watching some YouTube videos and bought some stuff and kind of had a knack for it, and here we go. So, like, I'm making a backpack today. That's what I'm working on today. So
awesome,
very cool,
crazy. Yeah, I love it. It's nuts. It's bizarre.
Yeah, man. We're gonna link this video when we upload it to our students, just so people know how to buy from you.
Cool.
So I don't. Do you sell your T-shirts and stuff too online? Or
yeah. My shirts are all on at my Runks.com and runkware.com. WEAR. runkleatherword.com, and then my leather stuff is double R leather.
Okay.
On Facebook, and like the word double the letter R and leather on Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, the least we can do is try and at least put stuff out there.
Man.
For you
yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, honestly, there have been several people who've just been like, I had a youth pastor call me the other day. He's like going, dude, I want to support you during this time. What can I get for $50? What can you make me?
That's cool.
That's pretty humbling. It's pretty cool that
people
are doing it. So it's
that's
cool.
Awesome.
It's a real blessing, but it's also, I got something to do. If I had nothing to do, oh my God.
Yeah.
Beating my head against the wall.
No, I hear that. Yeah.
So, y'all tell me just, man, because it's interesting to me. I mean, I don't have a group of teenagers that I work with week to week, How are teenagers responding to this thing? I just wonder, are some of them blowing it off, or some of them freaked out, think the world's ending, or some of them just enjoying the break? Where do y'all, where would you, what would y'all say?
You can speak to this, Zach, but to me, the hardest hit group is our seniors for us. Okay. They're all just feeling like all through school, you look forward to that moment when you're wrapping everything up and you get prom and graduation and all of that excitement.
Yeah.
And they're getting robbed of pretty much all of that, it seems like, and they don't know what to do. And, you kind of wrap up high school in memorable ways with all your friends that you don't know when you're going to see again and stuff. Right, yeah. And all of that's just up in the air at this point for them. Yep. Have you seen that, Zach?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. The seniors. So our school literally just said, everyone come in and get your stuff because you're not coming back. Last week. So the seniors went in and had to clean out their lockers, which is supposed to be more of a memorable, fun time, where they're cleaning out their stuff for the last time, where this was not the case, where only a couple went in at a time. It was all staggered, and it was, no yearbook to sign or anything along those lines. And it's been tough. Think about also the senior sports, these guys who have been working 3 solid years to get to their senior year and be good. And we had a really good shot at the baseball team. The softball team was going to be really good. And all of a sudden, nothing. All this work that you go through, and these guys have been practicing since the winter, already. And think about how many early mornings they're having and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, you don't get the season, and that's hard. That's really hard for them to process and deal with. I think everyone else is just whatever. They did start e-learning today. They had to start their e-learning classes, so I'm seeing a lot of stuff going through Facebook, just starting my e-learning with sad faces because it's not being in the classroom. It's definitely weird. I think everyone is just kind of just struggling with it, and some people can express that struggle easier than others. But it's hard.
I think students are in general, they don't know how to perceive what's going on. And in our students, I think we're probably 60 to 65% homeschool families. And so a lot of those kids are used to just spending a lot of time at home and doing school at home and stuff. So life doesn't feel that different. They know things are weird and they feel worried, but they don't know what they're scared of exactly. I equate it to, I was a junior in high school when 9/11 happened. And I remember vividly the days that day and the days following, and the things that I felt and did, and being scared as a 17-year-old kid that the draft was going to happen and all those things. And I think that's kind of what's unraveling is obviously different fears, but I think just day by day they hear bits and pieces, they see their parents stressed out or maybe losing their job, and they're just putting together the pieces of the reality of an uncertain future for maybe the first time in their lives. And I don't think they know how to process it. So right now it's just kind of we can laugh and talk for a little bit. And then I'm hoping that as time goes on, we can get them to open up and really get at the heart of things that are building in their hearts. Because right now, I don't think students are feeling the weight of it the way that an adult who's going to the store and wondering how they're going to feed their family, or who's been laid off and doesn't know how the bills are getting paid is yet.
I would imagine I was talking to a youth pastor the other day, and he was saying that his group kind of falls into two categories: the kids that are kind of affluent, that their parents' jobs are secure, they're in a different boat, and the kids whose parents, they're not affluent, and there's stress at home. There's parents that, like you said, worrying about how they're going to pay bills, and all that. So that's yeah, I came.
Yeah,
it's tough. My 5-year-old the other day was just laying in front of the window, just like she was sad, and just this picture of her in her bell dress, and just a super sad face with that, just kind of everything, just kind of, as a 5-year-old, I don't think she doesn't understand the whole like coronavirus thing, but she understands that she can't go and hang out with her friends. She's not going to school. There's everything is just shifting and shaking, and she was just sad, and it was heartbreaking, even to watch this 5-year-old kind of just struggle, as we're all are struggling and trying to figure this whole thing out. So, yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, our 1-year-old. Our 1-year-old has no idea how to process it. She's probably our most extroverted of all 5 of us. Mm-hmm. Like she likes to see people and give hugs, and I mean, I brought them up to the church with me on Saturdays because I needed to record our Sunday school lesson, and she was just kind of walking to the church, and you could tell she was looking around like, it's always dark and empty here now, and I don't know why. It's not usually this way. Even she could recognize things that are off.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
Well, Runks, how are you coping with all of this?
I mean, just trying. I mean, I posted a video the other day, and I'm just, I'm trying to keep a positive attitude, and one thing I said in the video is like, feed your faith, not your fear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're like, if you sit and watch the news all day, you'll go nuts. Because they're hyping the worst case scenario. That's all just the worst. Like I was doing leather the one day last week, and I just had the news on in the background. At the end of that day, man, I was anxious and just it's like, so I'm not doing that. I'm trying to really be, purposed, as always, but really, really purposed, trying to make sure I spend my time with God every day, feed my faith, and just praying to get my attitude right and trusting God. And, it's a weird, I mean, I'm kind of in the perfect storm because I'm technically in the travel and the event industry, which are completely gone right now, So, but I mean, I have no doubt God's going to provide. I've been doing this 22 years, man. I mean, God will take care of it. We've never seen this is uncharted waters. None of us have been here before, but
I
mean, we'll be all right. It's just man, ready to get back out there. I'm ready. I'm ready to go do my thing. Just like y'all. I mean, I'm ready to be around a crowd of people. Giving high fives and fist bumps and wrestling or whatever. So.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, hey, while you've been in quarantine, what has been your favorite go-to snack? Do you have a go-to snack? Yeah, you got a go-to snack?
Man, I'm not a sweets guy at all. I don't eat sweets.
That's okay.
Chips and salsa. I don't know.
Chips and salsa?
Chips, jerky. I don't know. To me,
it's
ribeye.
My favorite snack is a 24-ounce ribeye.
There you go. Yeah.
And I'm assuming because you're a man's man, you leave it bleeding in the middle.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Okay. See, my wife, man, she won't eat a steak unless it's burned into a charcoal brick, and I'm just like, what's the point? I might as well make you a burger.
Here, I'll give you a piece of leather. You can eat this. Golly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like it bloody. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, I've had about
running, trying to work out. I mean, gym's closed, so
yeah.
It's terrible. Everything's shut down.
Shut down. Yep. So I'm running and doing push-ups. I got a little yoga ball, but no yoga pants. So
yoga pants.
No yoga pants. Nobody wants to see that.
He's eating his medium rare 24-ounce ribeye in yoga pants. I don't see that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My wife and I are joking we're going to come out of this thing fitter, not fatter.
Yeah, that's the real dream.
Yeah,
that's the dream.
Hey, but the good news with all those student ministry shirts you've been given over the years, you don't have to worry about finding toilet paper.
Yeah.
I should have kept them for that. That alone.
This would have been the moment.
Dude, that was a real thing. We were down to 2 rolls, man. And I stumbled on a 12-pack at some no-name little store in Lubbock last week. It was like,
Man, that's what life is, right? Just
Dude, I was really like timing my showers to the perfect, so I wouldn't have to save paper. Well, you do what you got to do, man. Right?
Hey, that's right. No judgment. This is judgment free. I'm with you.
Probably be a sermon story coming soon.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be.
It has to be.
Finding that lost treasure.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, those people on that show about like extreme penny pinching are living the life now. The people who like don't flush their toilets for a week and stuff to save water.
Oh yeah.
They're just laughing at us now.
Yeah, like those doomsday preppers, all those guys we all thought were Hey, those guys.
Yeah.
Smart.
They've been hoarding toilet paper for longer than we've been alive.
Right. Yeah. That's so random to me. Like, why?
Why?
Why? I mean, I just wondered, did somebody just see somebody with a basket load of it and be like, oh my gosh, we got to get toilet paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got to get it.
Next time this happens, dude, I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm going to load the whole basket with chocolate syrup and just walk down the aisle. And people are like, wait, why does he have chocolate syrup, man?
We're not going to get chocolate syrup anymore.
We get chocolate syrup. We're going to load up.
The only thing I have wrong with what you just said is next time this happens, don't say things like that.
Oh, I hope 100 years ago last time. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I hope Jesus comes back before this happens again.
Man, I hear you, dude. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Crazy.
Was that all our questions, Zach? Or did you have more questions we wanted to ask him?
Nope. I think that's all I got.
That's all you got.
But I mean, Runks, I feel like it's somewhat appropriate to say that you are coming back to Battlecry in 2021. Is that correct?
Yes.
We signed on the dotted line and everything. So.
Yes.
Yes.
Surely this will be over by then.
Surely.
I actually think like we shifted something in like the space continuum when we failed to reserve you for this year. That actually.
So this whole thing is y'all's fault.
Yeah, it's the butterfly effect. We didn't sign you for Camp 2020.
That's it.
And that caused some dude in China to eat a bat.
That's it.
Yep. Here we are, dude.
Here we are now. Yep. That decision.
That way to go.
Way to go.
All your fault.
Man.
Wow.
Well, that's
good.
Good
to see y'all, man.
It's so good to see you, man. Hopefully, things continue on. You stay busy, and thanks a lot.
Yeah. Tell all your students, hey, and I'm friends with a few of them on social media, and they reach out every once in a while. So tell them I said what's up, and I'll see them next summer, I guess.
Oh yeah, cool. They definitely will. So, all right. Well, thanks, Runks, man. Really appreciate it.
Sure, man.
And
Thank
we'll talk soon.
All right.